and all my dear friends. Today it's the turn of Faisalites to represent and introduce the speakers and speeches of the assembly. The first speaker of today's assembly is from Chalukya House, roll number 5136, Cadet Harish of class 12. He is going to tell us about how media influences politics. Next up, we have Cadet Naman from Faisal House, roll number 5202 of class 12. He is going to brief us about the impact of fake narratives on uniform. Next, we have Cadet Anand from Adil Shahi House, roll number 5216. He is going to give us some thoughts on own yourself. The next speaker we have Cadet Chetan from Vijayanagar House, roll number 5132. He is going to brief us about the Pegasus spyware. The next speaker we have Cadet Pawan from Vadiyar House, roll number 5133. He is going to tell us about the new education policy 2020. The last speaker we have Cadet Sidhu from Rashtrakuta House, roll number 5133. He is going to tell us about integrated theatre commands. Wishing all the speakers a best of luck. I call upon Cadet Harish to continue.
Present over here, respected senior master sir, teachers and all my dear friends. Today it's I, Cadet Harish, representing Chalukya House, would like to speak on the topic how media influences politics. The political landscape has changed since few decades, and social media in particular is a major factor in this change, where political campaigns and the way people think is based around social media activities. Candidates and their supporters constantly post their views on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram to change the people's mind. Each party has its own pages from which it broadcasts propaganda. So without wasting much time, let's look into some of the leading ways that social media influences politics today. First comes news around the clock. While you can access any kind of news at any kind of time from any kind of websites, but most of the people choose to follow most popular sites like Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. So keeping this in mind, political leaders set their agendas. So coming to impact on polls, political polls are often very confusing because you can often find multiple polls with contradictory results on the very same day. When people are posting the latest news in the social media throughout the day, there is a great deal of pressure on candidates to pull ahead of their opponents. Coming to rumors, fake news and the conspiracy theories, political campaigns are now influenced by every story, whether it is true or not, which are viral in social media. It's getting more and more difficult to separate actual news from the fake news. So it's therefore very necessary to use a great deal of judgment before believing in anything. Coming to the most toxic thing in the social media is the power of confirmation bias. Though it although takes a separate speech, but I would like to give some highlight on confirmation bias. One of the hidden forces that operates social media in today is the confirmation bias. This is especially powerful when it comes to controversial topics, including politics. Social media sites can create an illusion that everybody thinks the same way. People post the links to the stories which confirm your existing bias. They will repeat opinions you already hold. So you don't know what you are believing in. As social media becomes more popular, its impact on politics will only increase day by day. So it will be interesting to observe how this plays out. At last, I would like to say that choose your basis of information wisely rather than in believing senseless WhatsApp forwarded messages. Thank you and all.
Good morning all of you, respected senior master, teachers and all my dear friends. Today I am Cadet Naman and I am going to speak on the topic impact of fake narratives on uniform. So first of all, before beginning, let me explain to you what is a fake narrative via an example. So suppose I hit a person. The person goes to an authority and reports that I have hit him. The authority comes to us to clarify what had happened. The other person said that he has hit me, but even though I know that I am the one who is at fault, I say that I have hit him because he has hit me. So in this way, existence of two narratives are created. The first one is false which is mine. The second one is the truth. But it takes time for the other person, for the authority, to judge whether which one is right and which one is wrong. So in 2016, in a prime time debate, which was happening on a very famous news channel, one of the panelists had the audacity to say that Burhan Muzaffar Wani, for your information, Burhan Muzaffar Wani was a terrorist who was killed in 2016. He was the head commander of Jaish-e-Mohammed, and he had a very special way of doing these things. He used to go on internet, he used to do lives and provoke the people of Kashmir to attack the security forces, to ambush Indian army personals. And anyways, it was not a new thing. Any person who would have done the same would have met the same fate. He was shot dead by the Indian army. There was no fuss about it. But because that panelist compared him with Shahid Bhagat Singh, created a new narrative altogether. So today, as I'm speaking about false narratives, about fake narratives, we all have a imaginative reality where we think that there is a person sitting in a dark room who is on his bedroom, who is having a laptop or a smartphone, and he is creating all of this stuff out of nowhere. But the reality is, trust me, we are at a state of war. Recently, I came across a very interesting doctrine, which was Chinese doctrine of warfare. And it explained, and to my understanding, to my mind, what I understood was that the warfare is in two factions. First one is a traditional one, where you plant men on ground, where you have the one you watch in movies usually, where there is special forces, there are aircrafts, there is advancing, like World War I, World War II classic examples. The second one, which you are at right now, is hybrid warfare, which involves information, which involves fake narratives, it involves internal politics, and the second one is more dangerous. It is because it provokes the people against its own country. It is completely filled with lies, it is completely filled with propaganda, and this is what the foreign powers use to destabilize a particular state, such as India. India is a very, we are advancing, so it is obvious that we have a lot of enemies. So this is what the enemies use against us. That's what I would like to conclude. Thank you. Jai Hind.